Hello to whomever's watching. My name is Alyssa Alexandre and I have a very cool video today for you on the do's and don'ts of social media ethics and self-branding on social media. So stay tuned to learn some very fun tips to help you with your social media presence. So first, we are going to cover what you should do and what you should keep in mind when you're using social media. So my first tip is you want to be a genuine person. You want to be your true self on social media because you want people to follow you or like you because of the person who you actually are. And you want to post things that you yourself are passionate about and that you yourself are proud for other people to see and you want to share. On social media, it's important to maintain a balance between your personal and professional image. So you want to show both on your social media account and kind of find a nice balance. You don't want to have too much of one or the other. Another very important tip that you're going to want to remember when including other people in your content is to ask their permission before you share that content with them in it. Because people's privacy is a very important thing to them. And if they entrusted you with some information or even, images or content and you share that without their permission, trust can be broken and it can lead to some problems. Keep in mind when working with others and social media, you should always try to build them up. Because by painting them in a favorable light, you're also painting yourself in a favorable light. And people will see that and recognize that, and more people will want to network and be around you because you're making them feel good and building their brand up and making them feel happy. Always try to treat others how you would like to be treated. If people are taking the time to interact with your content in your posts, like putting comments down, it's always a good practice to try to get back to them if you have time, to show you care and that you appreciate what they're doing by interacting with your content and even maybe form new relationships and network. One very important tip is to try to be consistent, because if you are consistent with your quality and content on social media, people will start to develop an idea of you are a reliable person, and that will build up somewhat of a credibility for you. One thing that all people on social media should be aware of is they should make sure that the content they're posting is in fact their content, not someone else's. And if they are posting someone else's content, it's always a great idea to get permission from them first. And if they can get permission from the original creator, also to credit that person that they actually made the content originally. My last piece of advice for the do's list is to go with your gut. The internet can be a very dangerous place, and if something just doesn't feel right, or if something's telling you that whatever you're about to do, probably you shouldn't do, I would listen to that feeling and err on the side of caution. I personally have done this many times, whether it be creepy people messaging me and me just feeling like, this person is trying to offer me something, but it just really doesn't feel legit, or if it's too good to be true. Or if you feel like you shouldn't post something because it could be controversial, or if you do think it's someone else's and you don't want to infringe, upon anyone. It's always better to err on the side of caution and not post it, or not respond to that person or block that person if things just don't feel right, than it is to be sorry later on because you made the wrong decision. Start off the don'ts list, my first one is don't lie and don't be a fake person or try to brag too much on social media. Don't buy fake followers. You want to grow organically because then you actually have an audience who's interested in you. And in the end, you're really just doing yourself a disservice. Don't claim that other people's content is your own on social media. A, don't do it because it's wrong, and B, don't do it because it could be illegal. If it's, copyrighted, or you're not using it correctly or how you're supposed to be, or if you're not crediting someone, and it's just something that you really don't want to do. Another big tip for don'ts is you don't want to do anything online or on social media that you would not feel comfortable doing in the real world. This can range from just saying mean comments to someone else, or just being kind of rude on social media, to posting videos of yourself or pictures of yourself doing something very stupid. if you wouldn't do it in real life, or you wouldn't want people to see it, done in real life, or even to be seen or, heard at all, don't do it on social media. There is always going to be trolls out there and haters out there. So if anybody's giving you any trouble on any social media accounts, it can be a good idea to just ignore them and don't respond to them. And if it gets too bad, just block them and, get them off your page or report them even if you have to. But just don't interact with them and don't let them get into your minds, because then they win and you don't want to let them win. One very serious tip is don't give out personal information of any kind to anyone that might be dangerous or might pose a threat to you now or later on, or even someone you know. Don't give out, dangerous personal information, because the internet, not everyone is good on the internet, and you need to always stay alert and aware of your virtual surroundings as you would in real life. And you need to learn to, be careful about that to protect yourself, your brand, and people you know. That was my last tip. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you learned some cool tips that you can use to help your presence on social media and make a good brand for yourself, but also act ethically well online and well on these social platforms. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alyssa out.